This is ChangeMakers with Katie Gore, finding the right solutions for the affordable housing community.
Today's ChangeMaker is Jeffery Patterson, the CEO of the Cuyahoga Metropolitan Housing Authority, one of the 10 largest housing authorities in the country. He manages a $230 million budget, approximately 1,000 employees, and nearly 55,000 residents. Jeffrey, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You have served the residents of Cuyahoga County for almost 30 years. And for folks who aren't familiar with the area, where is it? How would you describe it? And what's going on there?
Cuyahoga Housing Authority is located in Cleveland, Ohio. So we serve the city of Cleveland, but we also serve the surrounding cities within Cuyahoga County. I've been with the Housing Authority for about 18 years, and I've worked in the public sector for another 12 on top of that. And Cleveland's a great place to be. It's a great community. It's one that has a lot of good people, good, hardworking people, and one that, really wants to try to do things in the right way.
I know you have a passion for tackling problems with innovative solutions, and we have talked on several occasions about housing policy and the crucial nature of affordable housing. But it's more than a roof and affordable rent. For example, a few years back, you partnered with a Cleveland nonprofit to provide reliable broadband to your residents. Why are initiatives like that so crucial?
Housing is a critical aspect of society. You need to have a roof, you need to have a place to live. But there are so many things that are necessary to support that roof and support the people that live under that roof. And right now, there's nothing that is more important than people having internet access. At one time, it was like what you may want to call a tool for the elite. It was something for those that was a little bit extra. But now the internet has become a necessity. You cannot really function successfully for a long period of time without having some degree of internet access. And we thought it was important to work with Digital C to provide that internet access to many of our residents. We were able to successfully do that through the Connect Home initiative.
CMHA is taking a real person centric approach to affordable housing. And like you mentioned, digital access, but you've also got literacy initiatives going on too. What are some of the things that you're most excited about right now?
Well, wow, it's funny that you mentioned that. I just got word today that we were given a grant opportunity to put together these academic learning pods at our community centers, which would allow us to provide an area for 18 students at each facility to come in and to be able to complete their academic assignments that are coming from schools. A lot of the schools, especially those in the Cleveland Municipal School District, are operating virtually. So this will provide a space where the kids can come and be able to complete those assignments, have access to the internet, and be able to continue their educational endeavors.
Well, congratulations on that. That's definitely an initiative that you're moving and you're moving in the right direction and you're combining services. Any other partners that you want to call out?
Well, the school district is a great partner with us. Digital C has done a very good job in terms of helping us to be able to identify places where we could get internet access. And I have to commend the philanthropic organizations in our area, the Cleveland Foundation, the George Gunn Foundation, the Mandel Foundation, and the St. Luke's Foundation. All have been very supportive of CMHA and the Housing Authority in terms of trying to reach out and to find ways to provide different levels of services to help benefit our residents.
Cleveland's one of the major cities in Cuyahoga. I mean, it's, the quintessential upper Midwest, older American city in the industrial belt, but You've combined all the foundation, you've combined social services, you guys have been active even in the development space. Over the years, we've seen many cities undertake major efforts to address infrastructure, social service, housing stock issues, and really transform their communities into a world class destination. And Cleveland, Cuyahoga, you guys are no exception to that. I mean, you've got several community amenities going on with the riverfront, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all of the stadiums. But how does your agency make sure that there are actual affordable housing opportunities for certain service industries or the entertainment or tourism industry?
We've been able to kind of work with folks in our community to let people know what we have available. We also are trying to use project based vouchers to get into developments where we can create some housing mobility opportunities as well as some mixed income opportunities for people to be able to enjoy some of those different opportunities that you expressed earlier. It's just a matter of having a conversation, having an ongoing dialogue, not being frustrated when everything doesn't work, but being resilient until you find some things that work. And we've been successful in that regard in finding some different things that we're able to do to try to serve the residents, but more importantly, serve the community as a whole.
Well, what's been the most challenging about developing affordable housing in Cleveland?
It's probably just kind of putting the deals together. Trying to find the right amount of tax credits, the right amount of subsidy, the pricing of the construction, all those different things that you have to pull together. Plus, making sure that you have a real, true community engagement process where you're reaching out to the residents, you're reaching out to the community at large, and you're trying to develop something that is not something that's going to solve a 5-year problem, but something that's going to be there for a while. It is going to be something that's going to be sustainable and serve to the betterment of the entire community. And that's one of the things that we've been really working on and have had, I think, some degree of success with.
A lot of agencies are going the way of RAD to get some of that capital and some of that investment and spur some of that development. Is that what your organization is also doing, or do you have other solutions?
Well, we've been working particularly with the RAD program. We had several developments that has worked out well for us, and we have an initiative. It's called our 2045 initiative, and that is our plan to recapitalize our housing assets over the next several years. In doing so, we're looking at our high-rise buildings and how we can recapitalize those, and then we're looking at our family sites to figure out what can be done with those to make them more sustainable in the years to come. And the RAD program, I think, provides an excellent opportunity and an excellent source of funding to be able to move in that direction.
For people who maybe aren't familiar with affordable housing and the access to affordable housing, they don't understand the demand or the lack of supply. Tell us and tell our listeners here, what is it like? What's the list like right now?
Oh wow, the waiting lists are long for our housing choice voucher program. Traditionally we had a waiting list. We go through a lottery process, so we'll have upwards of 35 to 40,000 people apply to be on a waiting list of 10,000 folks that are randomly selected, and then we go through those 10,000 names. For our regular public housing list, we've had lists as long as 5 to 8,000 of people who are just looking for housing throughout our community. So it is extensive. It is long. Now you are trying to, measure the needs of the community, but people are in housing for a lot of different reasons. I think sometimes, people don't always understand that everybody that's in housing is not someone who has been there forever. We have a lot of people who have raised families there. We have a lot of people who are seniors who have lived exciting lives, very busy lives, very successful lives, but have gotten to a point where they don't want to own homes. They can't,
Mhm.
keep up the maintenance and things of a home. So they want to be somewhere where they can live comfortably. And a lot of our facilities allow that to be a viable option for them.
Also, some of the conflict, not just with the accessibility and the waiting list volume. I mean, you could have 5 to 8,000 people waiting for 20 units of turnover, possibly, right? So the turnover is also a problem. And how long do people wait when they're on the waiting list to actually get in to some of those units?
It depends on, where you are in the process and what type of unit you're looking for. If you are looking for a unit that's a one bedroom, those are in high demand. If you are a senior and you're over 62, we usually are able to have enough units available that in most instances, we usually can get you housed in a reasonable time. So a lot of time it depends on what you're looking for, where you want to live, what are your qualifications, and what do we have available.
And it's good that applicants have a choice too, that they are able to determine what access to education, what access to healthcare amenities, or what property amenities they want to have. So it is good that they've got the choices, but we just don't have the supply to meet the demand still.
Yep.
All right, well, let's pause right there. Coming up in part 2 of my chat with Jeffery Patterson, the CEO of the Cuyahoga Metropolitan Housing Authority, Jeffery will tell us why resiliency is needed to succeed in the world of affordable housing.
You have to be able to keep coming no matter what. I mean, no matter
Right.
how hard we work to address the housing needs, there's still going to be housing needs. So you have to have the ability to want to work and continue to try to make things better for everyone.
Thanks for listening to Changemakers with Katie Gore. To find out more about Katie, go to quadel.com. That's QUADEL.com. This has been a production of Forbes Books Radio.